Hello, diners and friends. How are you doing today? This is Karen Marie. I'm back with another video. Today I am making a Sunday dinner, and today I am making turnip greens, fried chicken wings, corn muffins, and for dessert, a sweet potato pie. So as you can see right now, I am getting started on my greens. I have already washed them and now I am preparing them to cook. So I've chopped up onions and I put some olive oil in the pot as well as my turkey tail. Normally if I'm going to fix this for a large family, I would use my favorite, which is smoked ham hock, and a couple of slices of salt meat and a few other seasonings. But today it's just me. I really don't want a lot of pork. So I'm just going to do this with what I have here. Okay, so that is me constantly stirring and getting it ready for the greens. How are you guys doing out there today? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Like I said, it's just me, and I wanted a full meal, but I didn't want to have to go out and order in, so I just made enough for me. I'm making a smaller sweet potato pie as well, just for one, and it's made in a 7 inch pie plate, and you'll see that coming up soon. But yeah, I'm gonna let this continue to do what it's doing, and when I am done with that, we'll go ahead and add. Right now, I'm adding a vegetable bouillon. I don't want to salt it right now. I just want to add a little bit of flavor to it. And like I said, since it's just me, this is all I'm doing. Just something super simple. And it's still going to be good. It's going to taste good. And it's going to be for what I want. All right, now I'm adding the water now. Add that bouillon to the pot. And now it's time for me to add my turnip greens. A little bit of Mrs. Dash in there, or Dash. They've changed the name. And then go ahead and put my greens in there. They're thoroughly washed. You gotta stuff them in here. Now you know they're gonna shrink, so I'm just gonna do what I can to get them stuffed on in there. Mhm. All right, about got them done. Now I gotta find a lid to put on there to weigh them down until I can get the bigger lid. Um, Yeah, that's what we're doing now. I'm trying to look around, trying to find a lid. And so I'm just going to have to use the smaller one first. And then once I'm done with that, I go ahead and get this other lid. And I'm going to add a little bit more water to the pot because as you see, I just put a little bit in there at first. I just kind of wanted to pack the greens in there and then see that now I can add the water just enough and for them to begin to cook down. So I got them there, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, friends, here we are today, and I am getting ready to make the cornbread for one, or a small batch of cornbread. So as you see, I have my little cornbread tin muffin here, muffin pan, and I'm gonna spray it with some of this cooking spray, and we're gonna get started. So with this recipe here, it's super easy. It is from scratch. You can use the blue box if you want to, but you don't have to if you just have this in a pinch. So right now, I'm just gonna use a quarter cup of yellow cornmeal and 1 tablespoon of yellow cornmeal. Then we just need one teaspoon of all-purpose flour. I mean, 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Let's see. Ooh, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 1/4 teaspoon. 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And now we just add 1/4 cup of milk, whole milk, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're just gonna mix this up. I already have my oven preheated to 350. Now you can put sugar here in here if you like, but I won't be doing that. I just want a few muffins. It's just me, so I'm not trying to get all fancy antsy with it. I just want to have my muffins. Something quick and easy. See, it was enough to make 4 to go with your whatever you're cooking. And like today, I'm doing turnip greens, and I wanted some cornbread, but I don't want to make a big pan. So this is just enough for me. All right, that's it. I'll clean this a little bit and get ready to put this in the oven. And we'll be back for the fried chicken in a minute. All right, friends, I'm back. I'm getting ready to make my sweet potato pie, but I want to check on my greens. And I tasted them earlier. I tasted them and they needed a little bit more salt, so I'm putting a 1/2 teaspoon of salt in there. They're coming along just fine. Got that turkey tail getting ready to do what it's doing. And I also want to add some fresh pepper flakes. Not much, just a little bit to give it a bite. And they're basically, well, there that is. They're basically done. I'm going to let it simmer a little bit more on low. So they're basically done now. Just added some more salt. I'd rather not salt too much in the beginning and be okay than to have it too salty. And ruin the whole pot of greens. Okay, so we turn it down to medium low, and that's pretty much done. So now it's time to get my sweet potato pie. Now I already prepared my shell, and this is a 7-inch pie pan, and I used a store-bought dough, and I just kind of put it in here. And because it's just me, so it's no use in making a big pie when it's just one person. I can't eat all that pie. Okay, so anyway, I'm getting ready to do this. So this is about 1 cup of sweet potato. I just used 1 medium sweet potato to this, and I have it softened. And next I'm going to add my sugar. So I have a 1/4 cup of white sugar, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, gonna do about half a teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon. Because I kind of like to add that in there before I add the wet ingredients. And this is a nutmeg. Grind a little bit of that up right there. Stir it up a little bit. Now, normally I would use evaporated milk, but today I'm going to use, I'm going to put my egg in. I'm going to use heavy cream for this one. Like I said, it's just me. It's my pie. Nobody's going to eat it but me. And this is what I'm doing for me. I'm going to put some butter in here. Okay. My phone has been dry for the past month, and now all of a sudden it wants to ring. It wants to ring off the hook. But anyway, we're going to keep doing this because whoever it is can wait. Oh, I'm calling me on all my phones. All right. All right. I already have my oven preheated. All right. I'm going to get this going, and I will be back shortly. And we're going to do the fried chicken when I get back. All right. All right, friends, I'm back. I'm getting ready to do the fried chicken now. I have baked my sweet potato pie and I got it. It's cooling right now, and then I think I'll put it in the refrigerator for a minute, or I may eat it room temperature. I don't know. But this is the pie. This is how it turned out. In that recipe, I was that phone was ringing and it was getting me out of whack, and I forgot to put my vanilla extract in there, and I went back and put that in there. So the pie is done and it's looking great. And so now it's time for me to get ready to do my fried chicken. And I'm having fried chicken wings today. And right now, what I'm doing is just breaking the eggs because I'm just going to use this egg wash. But anyway, so yeah, we're doing that. So I'm going to season this right quick. I'm going to use um, this doesn't have any salt in it. It's New Greek seasoning. It doesn't have salt in it, but I like it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that in there. Put a little bit of this. This right here is rotisserie chicken seasoning. It doesn't have any salt in it either, but I just like the way it flavors. Take makes the meat taste. And you know we gotta slap somebody today, so we're gonna put some of that in there as well. And I also like to season the flour, so we're gonna put some. We're not gonna put that in there because I don't want that to mess up the to burn my flour, but we are gonna put some of this rotisserie chicken flavor seasoning in there, and then we're gonna put the slap some that in there. Get that together, and okay, got it together. All right, all right, all right. Got that together. Now I'm gonna put my gloves on for this because I don't want sticky fingers. So I'm gonna put my gloves on for this part. Make sure that my oil is nice and hot. Hot, hot, hot. And put my little gloves on, and I'm gonna put this handle over here because I don't want to knock things over. Put it in there. All right, got it frying, and I'll be back when it's done. All right, friends, I'm back. My chicken is done. As you can see, it done died down. And so it's done, and it's time to take out the grease. Put it on the rack. Looks pretty good. It's gonna taste good. It smells, got the whole apartment smelling like, ooh, wait. So yeah, we're done with this. I'm gonna turn this off and let that die down. And I'm gonna let this cool, and I'll be back to play. All right, friends, I am back and I am finished with my meal. Today, I started out, I wanted to just cook me something to eat. I wanted some greens and I wanted some macaroni and cheese, fried chicken, and some cornbread. And I also wanted a sweet potato pie, which I did make, but I didn't make the macaroni and cheese because I didn't need it. Although I did want it, and normally I would put that with this, I would pair that macaroni and cheese with this little meal. Like I said, I started. It's just me. So with it just being me, I wanted to have something home cooked without having to go out. And so I put my greens on, turnip greens on earlier. I made some corn muffins, fried chicken wings, and then I made the sweet potato pie as well. So anyway, that is going to conclude this video. I thank you for joining me. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day. Bye bye.